Hey, Magic fans, welcome back. This is your captain speaking here on Captain Clyde's MTG. Today's topic is Magic is a real collectible game again? That's right, let's talk about the problems we've had in Magic the Gathering with it not being worth money for a long time, and they've been driving the price down, and then talk about what they've recently done that has completely 360, actually 180, because 360 would be it's still crap. Anyway, has done a complete 180 to the game and what those cards look like and what those cards are and where to find them. So before we get started, remember to like, subscribe. We're trying to get 1,000 subscribers. We're poking along nice and slow, and I don't mind that, but we'd like to get there just a little bit quicker, guys. So I appreciate everything you guys do for me, though. All in all, I really do thank you. And if you've done everything you can to get people to subscribe and spread the word, and you want to do some more things to help out, links in the description to the eBay store. You can go into Patreon, donate money, get cool benefits. Also, this supports the channel, and my email's in the description too if you just want to reach out, talk about some videos to make, ask my opinion, have me make a video for you. I'll even put your name on it and even mention you if you want me to. So, without further ado, let's talk about why Magic is a real collectible game again. Now, before we get into it and start looking at stuff, let's think about this. So, Magic made collector boxes and set boxes, and the whole point the collector boxes were to make the game collectible again to the point where they could get money from whales, and the whales could have their cool cards that were worth a lot of money because they were rare. Unfortunately, the way they did it was wrong. What happened was there were so many products that because the collector boxes gave you the exact same thing that was in regular boxes, and they're all foils, now the foils aren't worth anything. The only thing that became worth something was full art foils or full art cards in general, which were actually available in every box. Easier to get in collectors, but still available in every box, so the price wasn't as high. Now, the ones that were really good, and some of them did get kind of expensive, up in the $50, $60 range. And as they got older, they picked up a little more steam, like Great Henge, for example. I think it's around $100 right now, full art foil. And that is hard to get because it's a mythic, don't get me wrong. However, still not good enough. And especially when it first came out, that card was nowhere near worth that kind of money. So, collector box after collector box, they did a lot of stuff. They tried some things. They started making all kinds of flashy stuff and this, that, and the other. And they still couldn't figure out how to get people to buy the cards for the collectability. Now, it made it real cheap to play the game, which was great for a lot of people, but that's what made whales start not buying product because it would come out, most collector boxes would come out, they would amazingly dip in price because nobody wanted them, then people would buy in, and that's great for the people buying in, but the problem is that means they can't sell them at what they're supposed to, so they have to sell them below map, which is the actual retail price that they're supposed to sell it at, and they have to sell below that, which means distributors who sell to stores and all them places have to drop prices, give big discounts, and make less of a profit. To the point where Magic took to selling on Amazon to try to recoup some losses by selling straight to the consumer, which was fine too. But even then, they still had trouble selling the product. And you guys may not think so because some things did sell well. Modern Horizons 2, Time Spiral Remastered. But in general, most of them just really hit the crapper. And coming off of 2020 products, 2021 with the whole COVID thing, made it even worse, 5 times worse. So, to the point where there was a video I made where Amazon, through Wizards of the Coast, through Amazon, did a deal where they actually sold collector boxes of, um, oh, what was it? It was D&D and two others, Crimson Vow and Midnight Hunt collector boxes. You could buy 3 at most for 120 a box. That is dumb cheap. When they were selling for 170, 180 at their lowest when they came out at pre-sale, and still dipped to 160 and nobody wanted it. That was insane, and people bought the crap out of it. And people may say, yeah, they made a bunch of money doing that, but think all the money they lost. If they sold a million or let's say 1,000 boxes doing that, it's $40 under price. That's $40,000 they lost on 1,000 boxes. And I bet you money they sold a lot more than 1,000. So, but think of all that money they lost. And it's because nobody wanted the cards. It's just, it was crazy because what they wanted the collector box to be, it wasn't. It was just a way to drive down foil and regular card prices in the original set, which made them so cheap that people bought all the box values just dropped in price. Even though they did sell it and they made record profits, yada yada yada, it was still awful business model for the time being. So what they tried in Kamigawa Neon Dynasty really switched, changed the market, and is what they're doing moving forward, which is what we're here to talk about and why collector boxes are now the place to be. So, what happened in collector boxes? Let me show you. So, here's Kamigawa Neon Dynasty on TCG Player. What happened in those collector boxes to make them so valuable? One, they have a rare card that's one, this WPN, don't count this one. A blue, a green, and a red. All of them only available in collector boxes and very hard to pull. But that's a given. That was the easy one, right? We're not going to go off on a tangent on that one or spend too much time on it. Here's what they really did that made the difference in collector boxes. You see this Wandering Emperor here? This beautiful showcase that's foil etched. That's $230. This card is only available in a collector box. You cannot get this card in foil etched in any place other than a collector box. I.e., big money. I.e., price goes up. And then they also have this one here. They have Jin-Gitaxias. Again, foil etched, around $100, only available in collector boxes. So as you go down the list, other things you could find here, a regular showcase is $80. I think you can pull one of these in regular boxes, but I still think that this showcase card is only available in collector boxes, because I know I haven't seen one in all the box openings I did Anyway, also, again, Tamiyo, foil etched, $40, only in collector boxes. Right? Only collector boxes. They started making cards that were only in collector boxes only. So once you actually start getting these other cards, this is in a collector box. It says foil etched, but you can get this card out of a regular box. I think you can this one too, now that I think about it. But anyway, point being, these other cards like this, yeah, they're $30 cards. The set's great in general, don't get me wrong, guys. But because only these cards are special hits inside collector boxes, there's also Tezzeret and some other ones too that I haven't looked at yet for you guys. There's Big T here, foil etched. This is foil etched, only in there. But anyway, there are lots of cards that are only in the Kamigawa collector box, which is what makes that card and this box so valuable. Now, what it also does is it keeps the price down on regular boxes because they're not as good, but the cards are still in there to play with. So you have like two-tiered system of getting valuable cards. It's a really smart move, and I think they figured it out. Here's why I say that. If we go up here and we start checking Streets of New Capenna, you will see that we have what they call gilded cards, which is this frame here, only available inside a collector box. Along with this, showcase foil etched, $150, only available in collector box. This one, showcase foil etched, $250, only available in a collector box. Gilded card, $120, only available in a collector box. Showcase etched foil, $75, only available in a collector box. Again, gilded foil, collector box, etched foil, gilded foil, collector box, 70, 70, 60. Etched foil, 42. Gilded foil, 67. But then we get into borderless and showcase. There's another gilded foil for 42. Now these can be got out of regular boxes. But again, hard to get, 30, 40. You see the difference that we're seeing here? And because of that, you have special cards in every box set, no matter what kind of box you buy, that are worth money. See, this one not being foil etched, only $19. And if you looked at it and you say how much is the foil is only 60. So if you grab a regular foil out of a regular box, it's only 60. When you compare it to the showcased foil etched, 150. So what they've finally done right, guys, is they figured out how to make cards rare. And moving forward, if they keep this up, this is going to spell great things for the collector boxes moving forward. And I don't think we're going to see collector boxes take big dips anymore like we've seen in the past. I just don't see it happening. This set just now came out. We just had our pre-release. My box opening series will be starting soon as I get them in the mail. And I will open boxes upon box. I'll 18 boxes probably of set boosters to see what comes out of it. And I bet you money I won't have any etched foils, but the one thing I do have is I have some collector boxes that I'm willing to sell or maybe open for myself to try to hit the big money. And I'll give you guys first shot at that if you want to go hit the Patreon up so you can get those boxes relatively cheap. I'll do that for you, including shipping. But yeah, I think they've finally figured it out, guys. And what a time for them to figure it out. Because think about it. Next, Double Masters. You know, the Brothers War, Urza and Mishra. We have some powerhouse sets coming up, and they might have finally figured out what they're doing wrong and have fixed it to make this a very expensive collectible game for those who have the money and a very playable game for those who don't. And I'm really ecstatic about it, especially right now. Um, I think it's a great time. We got the Pro Tour starting back up. It's nothing but it's nothing but going up from here, guys. I mean, if you look at it like display cases of Streets of New Capenna, have you ever seen display cases go for this much? Now, mind you, there's 11% increase, right? But still, 113 for set, 100 for draft. That's after the price and that these are pre-sale prices, guys. These prices are gonna go up after pre-sale. I'm really excited about this, and I think they've finally done it. Now, the next sets will really tell the tale, but think about it. What we got coming up, we've got Double Masters, the Brothers War, a new Dominaria set, um, Xfinity's coming out, which is going to be weird, but if they do the same kind of thing in Xfinity, that may be the first unset, or Unfinity, sorry, not Unfinity. That may be the very first unset that becomes popular in a very long time with very powerful cards. Uh, just because, and when I say powerful, I mean command a high price, which is normally something you don't have in those sets. So I'm excited. I hope you're excited. And tell me what you think down below. Do you think I'm right? Do you think Wizards is getting it right? Before you know it, we may start seeing actual cards with, 1 of 100 or 25 of 100 and all that stuff. It looks like they're figuring it out, guys, and I'm really excited. So until next time, be kind. And as always, I hope to see you across from the game table.